My name is James Williams Jr., and this is the Supernatural video number 4, possibly number 5 to come. It just depends on how much time it takes to process everything that I'm saying. And none of these are edited, by the way. They're just like straight coming right up on YouTube. So if you're watching, there's no editing here. There's no fast motion editing. Everything you see is actually happening in real time, except for it was real time when I recorded it. It's not real time when I'm posting it. So talked about supernatural things, Bigfoot, ghosts, and now we're moving on to UFOs. Alright, if you watch Destination America, they do have some UFO shows coming on. I'm explaining UFO files, etc., etc. Again, I would love to have a job with you guys at Destination America, and yes, I will clean up my mouth. So, I have an uncle or two that have had supernatural experiences with UFOs. They've told me their stories. They will remain in anonymity, and I will tell you their stories. And the best thing I can tell you is that you have to take this with the grain of salt, because you can never prove someone else's story to be false, but in the same breath you can never prove their story to be 1,000% accurate either. So one of my favorite uncles on my mom's side has always had some issues, and that's me putting it nicely. He always has some issues, but now when I think about it, he's the same uncle that asked me the question about what if everything we're doing or watching or reading is happening to someone else in real life, in another time period, in another timeline, in an alternate universe, etc., etc. Super Marvel, and he's not even a Marvel fan. But as a Marvel fan, I kind of gotta respect that shit, because he might be right. Maybe Stan Lee is actually a mutant channeling other people's lives through his artwork and his comic books and his stories. And maybe it's really happening to other people who are X-Men and stuff like that. We will never know until we meet the Great Spirit himself. And then he can explain all the cross-dimensional things and stuff like that. But sometimes I feel like I enter time warps. I really do, but we're not going to go there. So, as a kid, Marco was telling me one time that him and his girlfriend was driving, and he seen these 3 flying triangles. Now, also, when I was a kid, there was a show called The Land of the Lost that had 3 flying triangles. So I kind of thought that he might have just been a little high, and that he was talking about Land of the Lost, the original, not the comedy movie and not the one with Timothy Busfield, because they never did that, with the Sleaze Stacks and all that. But he said that they were grays. So you can't combine the Land of the Lost with grays. And grays usually flew ships like in the, what the hell was the movie? The End of the Earth or something. Keanu Reeves just did a remake of it a few years ago. But anyway, the whole thing is that he was explaining to me that he's seen UFOs. Now, being that he was in the Navy, and being that I was in the Army, there are some secret things that we are not allowed to discuss. As a private, I was never told anything at Fort Benning, Georgia, that everybody who's at Fort Benning, Georgia don't already know, which is that we are ready for the zombie apocalypse. I'm pretty sure that's not going to get me arrested, shot, killed, or locked up in the brig for shit that I was told while I was enlisted. Now, everybody on Earth knows that we probably are ready for a real live zombie apocalypse. But I know where I'm going if it happens. I'm heading down to Fort Benning, Georgia, because that's where I served, and that's where I was told that we would be ready for the zombie apocalypse. Now, as far as that goes, that's that, and that's the end of that. But he was in the Navy, and he said that they had secret stuff, that Area 51 does exist, and Destination America has shown us files from Area 51. So if the aliens are out there, if the Greys are out there, then there's somewhere along the line, someone has seen them somewhere. And maybe my uncle wasn't full of crap, and maybe he wasn't high, and maybe he was really just meant to see this stuff. Because sometimes you are meant to see what you are meant to see, and no one can dispute that. They might not believe you when you tell you saw this shit, but you were meant to see it because you were meant to see it. And it's like I tell people all the time, I'm not going out to look for Bigfoot. Unless I can befriend him, I'm not going out to look for him. I don't want him to hit me with a big ass boulder. I'm definitely not going out to look for any aliens. I don't want nothing to do with those guys. Those guys can go where they want. And in most cases, aliens don't really come after people of color as much as they come after white people. I'm sorry if that was offensive, but it is the truth. Most aliens generally come after white people. There's really only been maybe 1 or 2 cases where aliens have actually come after black people. let me revamp that. What I should have said was there have maybe been only one or two recorded cases where aliens have come after people of color, like black people, and that's only in America. There's no telling how many aliens have come to China or Japan or Russia. But most of those people are the ethnicity of the European descent, unless you're Asian. So you're either going to be Asian, Native. You're going to either be Native. I can't talk now. I've been talking so long. You're either going to be Native American, which falls into the Asian bracket. You're either going to be European, or you're going to be African or black, depending on where you walk your feet. Alright, so I'm half black, half white, and I'm half Native American. I don't think they want anything to do with me, and let's pray like hell that they don't, because I don't want anything to do with them. That's me knocking on wood for good luck. I'm not superstitious, but I'm not stupid either. And the thing about UFOs is that a UFO can be anything. It might not have any damn thing to do with aliens, but it can be anything. It's an unidentified flying object. There have been many reports, and if you, again, watch Destination America, like I do, then you've seen some of these things on their shows. And you have to be aware that nothing truly is impossible, and we are capable of great things and deeds and everything, and it's really more or less what we find or can't find that drives a lot of us into looking for these things. I myself personally tell people all the time, if I may quote the little Indian from Indian in the Cupboard, you should not mess with things that you don't understand. Unfortunately, I think curiosity is more of an American thing than any other culture in the world, because we're the first ones to go out and look for these things when trouble is afoot. You don't hear too many other cultures going around saying, yeah, we're all going to go alien hunting or Bigfoot hunting. No, you don't get that. You get, hey, let's watch these idiots go out here and do dumb stuff. Americans are cool and crazy. So as I was saying, Uncle said he was driving his old school muscle car before they became known as old school muscle cars. And he was driving through Nelson County, which is like the land of our ancestors or whatever. He wasn't on the land of our ancestors, but he was in the facility. And he said that him and whatever girlfriend he had at the time, that they seen 3 floating triangles. And so this had to be somewhere in the 70s when he had mentioned this. And me being a product of the 70s, I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe he's watched one too many TV shows. Maybe he got like me and watched The Greatest American Hero one too many times. But it's hard to say. But I will say this, because I haven't seen any UFOs, and again, let me point out the astonishing fact that I'm not going to go look for them. Because there are some things that, you probably just should not mess with. And for me, UFOs is that thing. Because, if they take you off this planet, that's pretty much it. I don't feel like being Flash Gordon. Especially if I don't have no way home. It might be a one-way trip. I don't want anybody to be accused of murdering me or anything like the movie Fire in the Sky was. I don't want that shit to happen. Especially to, like, my friends and shit. So, when he was telling me the story, he's like, they didn't come out of the ship. But he saw them, and he tried to find them. But then he said that one of them came close enough that they opened the door. And he could see it, and it was one of those gray aliens. And then he said after they shut the door, they flew off, and it only happened in a matter of minutes. It wasn't like astroseconds, but it was minutes. And he said he saw it long enough to get a good look at it. And then all 3 triangles did some kind of zigzag formation and then rocketed off into space. And I said, well, okay, that's cool. Now, do I dispute that shit? Hell no, because I've been attacked by a ghost. So I can't dispute his story without contradicting myself. And the thing with that is, when it comes to these things, a lot of people don't report this or make videos for the simple fact that who wants to be in shady acres for shit that they know they saw but can't prove it. And back then, he couldn't get to his Polaroid camera fast enough to take a picture of the damn thing. Excuse me. And even if he could, who's to say that the shit would have worked? Alien visitors are like Batman. They know how to cover their tracks. They don't want people to know that they were here. They have ways and means of covering their stuff. Men in Black tapped on that. And in case you didn't know, there have been stories where there actually were men in black. But we don't know if they are connected to aliens or if they have a little joy buzzer doohickey that makes you forget shit like in the movies. But can we honestly say that they don't? We don't know. But we do know this. We do know that, and I'm being serious now, and I'm not going back to my Mass Effect stuff, there is no way in hell, as vast as the universe is, that we human beings and all the animals on the planet are the only living life forms in the universe. Now, I will say this. Do we really want to meet the new breed of alien visitors without a contingency plan? The peace-loving man in me says, yeah. The soldier in me says, hell no. And I'm going to go with that soldier in me. Not just because I'm a Mass Effect fan, but you know what? Sometimes, some people may come all the way across the galaxy just to start a fucking fight. I'm really not down with that. I would prefer the aliens to come down and be peaceful, loving creatures like the Asari, but I'm sure that shit's not going to happen. And if we do make first contact, I hope two things have happened. They're peaceful, or I'm dead and gone, so I don't have to experience this crap unless I'm like in another life, in another body, younger, healthier, and no metal hip, and hopefully I'll still know as much kung fu as I have now, so that way if something goes wrong, I can still be able to fight without a weapon as well as I can with one. So UFOs, it's hard to understand them. It's hard to communicate with them, and it's hard to know if they understand us. There have been many movies made about UFOs. There have been many movies made about scientific space creatures that want to rip us the hell apart. Predator and Aliens have been my favorite too. And if you've seen the movie Prometheus, it's a pretty good movie. So, you look into these movies and they do make you think. But we have to understand that there is always a possibility that there are aliens out there watching us. They've had things like that also on Destination America with, I forgot what they call it, Spaceship Enthusiasts on the History Channel also, where they talk about the hieroglyphics of man and spaceship and gods and spaceships and stuff like that were worshipped by the Mayans, the Incans, and the Aztecs, who were funny that the other Native American tribes didn't have these experiences, but the Mayans, the Incans, and the Aztecs did because certain spots of South America are technically more of the spiritual nexuses, I guess. They can open up and things have a better yet of coming to where there are a less population of people, because the Native American tribes who have experienced aliens, I would know nothing about that because most of the Native American tribes in America know about Coyote, the Thunderbird, and Bigfoot, as well as the Deer Woman. So, it's kind of a conflict of interest because that other group of Native American tribes are dealing with aliens and they're building pyramids while we're all living in teepees and dudes in canoes. You understand where I'm going with that? It's kind of a conflict of interest because I don't think that there's any North American lore that has aliens, but most North American tribes of most First Nations people know about Bigfoot, the Deer Woman, Coyote the Trickster, and the Big Dipper was a legend also. I forgot something about a princess and her last remaining warriors to protect her made some kind of deal with the heavens, and off to the Big Dipper they became. I forgot how the Little Dipper, but I think they're all from the same tribe. But anyway, it's tribal lore, and a lot of these tribal lore should be made into good movies. But apparently, there's not enough writers of Native American descent that want to share these things with us. So you have to go with your imagination and pray that you get it as close to right as possible. But when it comes to UFOs, the only Native American lores that I know about is Mayan, Aztec, and Incan, which are not a tribe that I'm from, but I do, do some research on it, and they seem to have been the only ones in most of these TV documentaries about them that have experienced alien contact. And then there's alien contact in China, in ancient China, and there's alien contact in Rome, and they're not even Asian. And there's alien contact everywhere with certain tribes of people. But as far as the Native Americans in the greater America, North America and Canada, I have no idea if they've had any contact with aliens. I just know they have contact with Bigfoot, Coyote, and the Thunderbird, etc. Things that I've already mentioned. So I'm going to close out with this. If these UFOs are out there, I sure as hell hope that they're friendly. I'm not trying to die due to the fact that we can't get along with people from another planet. It's bad enough that we can't get along with people on our own damn planet, and this being the week that we started off with Martin Luther King Day, we would probably think that by now we'd find some way to overtop racism. And we haven't. So since we haven't been able to stop our own racism and prejudice, how in the hell are we going to talk to other people of other species, of other planets, of other universes, without having some kind of means of a peaceful conversation, without them killing us or us attempting to kill them if it's possible for us to do so? I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Having number 2. I want you guys to be careful and out there thinking about these things. And for you guys out there who are going after UFOs, going after ghosts, and going after Bigfoot, please be careful. There might be a road that you don't want to travel down, because you can be careful when you're in the park, but when you start poking bears with a stick and you don't have a rifle to put a bear down, or a shotgun, or a hand grenade, the bear will swat you. And after it swats you, it will probably eat you. So you might want to think about that before you do anything incredibly freaking stupid. It's Comfort Having number 2. I'm James Williams Jr., BCMU.